Welcome to the Scientific Investor channel. Today we will be looking at our favorite cryptocurrencies. The news today for XRP and BTC is a bit negative. Like the news comes out that it's being used for illicit use cases. Now this one is actually related to XRP. So there are a lot of news articles showcasing this for XRP and as well as Bitcoin. Some says Bitcoin is used more than that of XRP, but still the use is illicit. But my perspective entirely different from that. So I will actually discuss what I think about that. Then I'll try to share some good news as well. Just looking at the bad news is not it for me, because the fundamentals of these technology is so high that people will use this. So when the ordinary individuals are in it for long term, these gigantic players needs to kick them out. So obviously they'll come up with news which we don't like, right? Which will make the ordinary retail investor sell his position and go out. So we will look at these news in detail. Say one is cryptocurrency forensics firm Elliptic ties 400 million in XRP to illicit activities. Now when we hear 400 million, that's a big amount, right? I agree, but it shows that 0.2% of XRP transactions is illegal. That means 400 million is only 0.2% of XRP transaction. Yes, I do agree that even 0.1% of illicit activity is illicit activity. So that's bad for the community and the network. So 0.2%, 400 million is quite high if it is linked to illegal activities. Now, when I think about XRP and the XRP network, Ripple is not the only company who's handling the network, right? It's an open source technology, anyone can use that. Just the thing is, when Ripple as a company is enabling a transaction, this goes through financially regulated institutions, the banks, payment providers, these players in the financial institutions. But the case for Bitcoin is different, right? There is no organization like a company Ripple for XRP for Bitcoin. So anyone can use this, right? But compared to that, for XRP, it's little, right? So 0.2%. But yeah, comparing in percentage, even Bitcoin is having around 0.4%. So that's also not that high. My mistake, representing 0.5% of the network. That's also not that high. In any network you go, there will be someone who will be using the network for a bad purpose. But these guys will be kicked out once they root out from where they are, who they are, and that will be actually bad for them, because this is not like our traditional fiat exchange, right? You can't track them. If you want to track the fiat exchanges, you should install cameras in every street, every home, everywhere. This is not the case like that. You can track the transactions, how it moved from one area to another. So this is blockchain, right? The technology underlying has its own potential. So the corruption or these kind of activity can be taken out. So the 0.2% of XRP illegal transaction can be a highlight of most of content providers today. But at the same time, I'll actually try to go to the positive news as well. Now, a deep dive look at SBI Group's alliance with Ripple and R3 for blockchain payment sector. Now, we know that R3 is big, right? Now, combining the R3 or XRP and SBI holdings, now that's humongous. So what we can think here is they mainly use their product, say for Ripple is Xcurrent, XVia and XRapid. Now it's rebranded as on-demand liquidity. Now when they are looking at the partnership, when we are looking at the partnership of SBI and R3 using the distributed ledger technology, that's even big. Now, yeah, the price of XRP is not here. Currently, it's around 0.25, 0.26, as we can see here in CoinPatrick. So we were all expecting a pump after this swell, like previous years, before or just after that. But now our opinion, prediction, everything went wrong. The price is actually diving down. It's not crashing that much, but still the price is not where we wanted it to be. So this article is actually showcasing about that. Now this is a tweet from Crypto Dude showing that XRP, imagine holding this crap for a year with the hopes of a swell pump only to get a bearish retest. Absolutely neckable. Now that's completely the opinion of that guy, but for me personally, I think I have an entirely different perspective. Now this one is a positive news in which we can see Oxford joins Ripple's UBRI as Kyoto University fires up XRP validator. Now these are institutions, established institutions with credibility. Now if they are actually coming in as a validator, it's hopefully other institutions will actually join them, because see, these are universities which have a lot of payments coming in, going out. How many will be the amount which they are paying as a fee or transaction or conversion, whatever fee they are spending on it? But if they use a technology like this, they don't have to pay that much, right? They can get more value. Now this one is actually related to Santander. Santander confirms USD Mexico corridor launch, fast and competitive service, announcement next week. So personally, I completely agree with the tweet of XRP Steve. We all know the corridor of US dollar and Mexican peso. It's always discussed by the team of Ripple, the Brad Garlinghouse and all other technical experts from the company. So if they are going live in that area, I'm so happy, because they already have that corridor working on demand liquidity by different companies. So now the competition is heating up, right? So automatically they will come up with new corridors, new companies. So the use cases is actually increasing day by day. Now this is a bit better news for Bitcoin and the entire blockchain as well. So what I'll say is the CFTC chairman is actually bullish. Now this is the perspective of this author, but as per his statement, I will actually say that now, look, what he stated there is Bitcoin has been around for 10 years and it is fully understood how it works. By contrast, Libra is still developing with a lot of unanswered questions about its overall structure. That means these guys from the regulatory framework, they actually understand what Bitcoin is, how it works, and they never told that we are gonna ban this one, right? Unlike China, which came and saying, I'm gonna ban this, you can't use this. That's a different story. That's a different type of government. It's different, right? Upside down and downside up, bottom up. The government works on different way. If it's some authoritarian country, it will be like that. You can go do anything you want. If it's a democratic country, you have to look, is it for a purpose? Is it serving a purpose? Is it doing anything good? You'll have to look all those things before doing something. Now, the current levels, is it like a doom or a double bottom? Bitcoin price support at 7.8k as key. Now when there are other states that we can actually go into the Bitcoin chart and look at it, where the price is currently, and has it visited the previous support levels? Is it managing that level? Is it getting support? Is it seeing buyers at that level? So in our previous videos we actually discussed about this range, which we can see where we are right now on the price. So if we are seeing this as a double bottom, now I think the author will be stating that double bottom in a 1 hour chart, because in 1 hour chart it shows you a kind of a double bottom, but it's not yet confirmed. So once it is confirmed, then we can state that there is a double bottom, there is a chance for a potential reversal. But still, when you put on your technicals, you can see that the price is still bearish. At least for my eyes, it looks bearish at this moment, but the price is floating with the support levels. So there is chance that it can come back to the trading range, which is having a high, say, here. So now the price is actually flirting with the trading range, and if it come back to the trading range, it would be somewhere around 8,800 or say 9,000. So in that particular area, if Bitcoin price is coming back, then I agree with this author. But you won't be waiting to buy at that level about 9,000, right? If you are a buyer, you will be buying in based on what type of investor you are. Say if you are a long-term investor, you will be buying now. If and only if your average is much high, you'll dollar cost average your positions, right? So that your positions will get even better average. Now this is for XRP and it's on a daily frame, and you can see that it's triple bottom kind of, but yeah, it's still not confirmed, so we can't state anything directly in that aspect. Whereas we'll go into 1 hour chart and look what is happening. So it's similar to that of BTC, but a bit of difference what I say here is, say this is the trading range, and it has actually went below that. When we connect the supports, we can see that it went below, it bounced up, now it is retesting that area. So if it managed to stay above that, then the price can move up to 0.26, and we have an overhead resistance at that area, so that can act as a next resistance area and push the price down. Or if the buyers come in and push the price up above this area, we can be potentially say bullish on this asset class. Now based on XRP, what we can say is mostly when Ether and others move up, this also gives you some indication that it's gonna move slowly upside. But now this bearish channel which you're seeing here, I think has around high chance that it can break higher. So now the next one, we'll actually go to Ethereum chart and look at it on a 4 hour what it is doing. I'm not actually discussing much on these in charts because it's not doing that much in price action from last couple of days, because we discussed about these in our previous video in detail. We showed a pattern here, or if you are using a straight line, then you can connect these points and see that it's a bullish channel. But currently the price went below that, came, retested that area as you can see, then went below. But currently the price is actually holding at a support level. So yeah, that area should be potentially watched for some time. If it is holding there and slowly bouncing him back, then it should be considered as a potential buy zone. Now this is my perspective on 4 hour chart. Then I'll move into a daily chart and look where that price level is. Yes, I completely agree with my own decision of 4 hour chart. Say that's a support area, and within that support area, if the price is bouncing back into the previous trading range, I'll say that's a good buy opportunity. But if you're a short-term trader looking for smaller profits, then you should actually wait for a confirmation of the bull run, I'll say. Now we'll look at the chart of LTC. Now looking at the chart of LTC, sorry, that's my mistake. LTC to USD chart, it's still inside that trend, right? Compared to others, LTC is managing a bit well, we can see. So this was the first support here when the price broke higher. So it's still managing that level. It bounced off and is retesting that area. So if the price can move back above 58, then yeah, it comes into the trading range of this bullish channel, if we consider this one as a bullish channel. Now that's all the information which I have to provide you guys. If you guys like the content I'm providing, please do support the channel by subscribing. If you guys have any opinion or suggestions how the channel can be improved, please do comment in the comment section below. I'll meet you guys on my next video. Bye now.